Hi there, welcome to Yoga Storytime with Miss Andrea, reading on behalf of the Clearview Library District. So like everything else in life, there has to be some rules or some agreements. So we're going to go over our rules or our agreements for yoga. Can you stand up for me, please? Clapping hands, 1 and 2, clapping hands, 1 and 2, but if my hands were covered in glue, they'd stick to the glue, my darling. So our first agreement is we'll agree to keep our hands to ourselves. How about our feet? Stomping feet, 1 and 2, stomping feet, 1 and 2, but if my feet were covered in glue, they'd stick to the glue, my darling. So our second agreement is we'll agree to stay on our own mats. And if we bring our hands to our heart like this, does anybody remember what that's called? It's called Namaste hands or Anjali Mudra. And Namaste is a really, really old word. Do you remember what it means? It means the light inside of me is also the light inside of you. What does that mean? It means we're all connected, so we should all be nice to each other. All right, let's have a seat on our mats, and we're going to warm up our bodies a little bit. So we'll come on to our mats, and we'll go crisscross applesauce. And let's extend and stretch, extend and stretch, twist and turn, twist and turn. This is yoga, this is yoga. Om sweet om, sweet om. Let's try that again. Let's extend and stretch, extend and stretch, twist and turn, twist and turn. This is yoga, this is yoga. Om sweet om, sweet om. Fantastic. Excuse me. So our book today is by Lindsay Leslie. It's illustrated by Ellen Rooney, and it's called Dusk Explorers. What does dusk mean? Yeah, dusk means right before it's about to get dark. So the sun is going down, and it's a little bit dark, but it's not completely night yet. So these are kids who explore right before it gets dark. The sun begins to sink. The neighborhood beckons. So we will be the sun. And make your arms into a big circle over your head. Fantastic. And then can you take a deep breath in? And then let it out, and the sun sinks. The sun is setting all the way down. Perfect. Looking for tree climbers who love to monkey from branch to branch to see who can soar the highest and find courage in the roughness of bark and the gentle flutter of leaves. So let's come into our tree pose. So one leg will be our tree trunk. It'll be strong and tall, and its roots will go all the way into the ground. This leg will turn to the side. Our toes can stay there. They can come up onto our calf or our shin, or they can come all the way up onto our thigh. And then we'll grow our branches. Fantastic. Let's try that on the other side. So this leg will now be our tree trunk. It'll be strong and tall. And this leg will turn to the side. We'll turn to the side. And this organ can come up onto our calf or our shin. Or it could come all the way up onto our thigh. And then we'll grow our branches. I have a cat in my tree. All right, well done. Sorry, we'll put you down now. I'm sorry. Calling for leapfroggers who love to jump over backs and fall down on itchy blades of freshly cut grass. and discover tunneling worms while they wait in the darkness of a tight tuck. So let's come onto our mats and be leapfroggers. So we'll come into our squat. So we'll have our feet out to the side, toes pointed out, and we'll sink down into our squat. And can we jump up into the air? Jump! Like leapfroggers. Let's try that again. Jump! All right. So now we'll come into our tight tuck and look for worms in the dirt. Can you see worms in the ground? All right. Searching for tag competitors who love to sprint between huddled homes lined with shrubs and memories, and lose track of their breath as they call out, "Time out!" right before getting caught. So these kids are playing tag. Let's come onto our mats. And we'll run like we're playing tag. And freeze. Let's try that again. Let's run. And freeze. One more time. Run. And freeze. Well done. All right, baby. All right. Watching for hide and seekers who love to duck into nooks and tuck into crannies to keep long limbs out of sight and wait with buzzing nerves and bat-like ears for the moment they are found. So these ones are playing hide and seek. Let's come on to our mat. Excuse me, we're just going to come into a tuck. So we're going to put our head down and hug our knees. Like we're hiding. Nice job. Wishing for firefly catchers who love to fling their nets into the dimming sky, sprinkled with diamonds, and watch their jars glow to the soundtrack of thrumming cicadas. Fireflies are lightning bugs. So let's come to our mats. This is a hard pose. This is firefly pose. So we're going to stand with our feet wide apart, and we're going to bend forward and see if we can put our hands behind our feet. And then we're going to sink down, and then see if we can balance. Whoa! And that's our firefly pose. I'll try it again. It's a hard one. This time I'll do it from the front. So I'm going to bend forward and try and put my hands behind my feet. And sink down so I'm resting kind of on my elbows and shoulders. And see if I can find a balance. Whoa! That's a tough one, but that's firefly pose. Listening for giddy gigglers who love to scream with delight at the wind lifting their hair and tickling their noses, and pretend not to hear their parents, "The sun is gone," yell, "Time to come home." So these guys are riding their bikes. Let's come onto our mats. We'll come onto our backs, and we'll do some bicycles. So we'll just pedal our legs like we're riding a bike. Nice job. Every summertime, screen doors open, porch lights turn on. The neighborhood waits for dusk explorers. The end. All right. So we're going to have our candle breath today. It's kind of like a little light, like a firefly. So we'll put a finger in front of our face, and this will be our candle. And we're going to blow out our candle, but we don't want the flame to go out. We actually only want the flame to dance and flicker. So it'll be a long, slow breath. So deep breath in, and long, slow out. Deep breath in, and long, slow out. Make our flame dance. One more time, deep breath in, and let it out. Fantastic. All right, bring your hands into the air. We'll touch our thumbs and our pinkies together, say the word peace. We'll touch our ring finger and thumbs together, say the word begins. We'll touch our middle finger and thumbs together, say the word me, or with. And then our pointer and thumbs together, say the word me. So it goes peace begins with me. Let's try that again. Peace begins with me. Let's bring our hands down and say it a little bit lower. Peace begins with me. Bring our hands down a little bit further, say it in a whisper. Peace begins with me. Bring our hands onto our knees, say it silently to yourself. Bring your hands to your heart. Repeat after me. The light inside of me is also the light inside of you. Namaste. Thank you so much for coming to Storytime today. I will put a link in the description of this to some other resources you can have for some mindful meditation. And have a wonderful night.